Hello, boys and girls. Today we're going to start by going over the 4 fours from yesterday. So the 4 fours, remember you can only use 4 fours, and we were trying to solve for the numbers 1, 2, and 3 using only 4 fours. So the first one for the number 1, I came up with 44 divided by 44 equals 1. And another one I came up with was 4 plus 4, and we're going to put that in parentheses. That is 8, and then I'm just going to divide that by 4 plus 4. So 8 divided by 8 equals 1. So there we go. I found two solutions for the number 1. Number 2, I came up with 4 divided by 4. So 4 divided by 4 is 1 plus, and I can put that in parentheses, plus 4 divided by 4. So 1 plus 1 equals 2, using only 4 fours. And 3, I came up with 4 plus 4, which is 8, plus 4, which is 12, and I'm going to put that in parentheses, and 12 divided by 4 equals 3. So you can use any operations, add, subtract, multiply, divide. You can do square roots or any other things that you know what it is and how to use it to make our target number. So for Wednesday, you're going to work on using 4 fours to make the numbers 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then in tomorrow's video, I'll go over the solutions for those 4 numbers. Good luck and have fun, boys and girls. The next thing we're going to go over is the backsplash my kitchen question is, first, what were the missing dimensions? And second, how much it would cost me to backsplash my kitchen if I use these tiles that were $15.19 a square foot. So first we have to find our missing dimensions. And how I do that is, let's see, if I know this whole dimension from here to here is 8, and I know this is 3, well, I know that tells me from here to here, that's 3. Well, that tells me this, 3 plus what is 5? So this has to be 5 feet long, okay? And then if I know from here to here is 7, that tells me from here to here is 7. Well, then this from here to here has to be 3, so 7, and then I have to add those together. So this whole thing is 10 feet long. So now that I have my missing dimensions, I can figure out, and then I need to figure out and solve what is the area for our missing dimensions. And how we do that is we, remember, area equals length times width, okay? And that's when we're trying to figure out how much would fit into this. So if you picture this like this is the back wall of my kitchen underneath the counter, or above the counter underneath the cabinets. So if I break this up into 2 rectangles, I do a 3 by 10. Well, 3 times 10 is 30, so this one would have 30 feet squared. And that took this one, so that was whole 3 by 10. So then this one, I need the length and width of that one. So 5 by 3 is 15 feet squared. So then I add those two together and I get 45 square feet. So it was 45 feet squared. So now I know the area of the kitchen. Now I need to figure out how much it's going to cost. Well, if I go back to the tile I liked from Home Depot, it's $15.19 a square foot. So I need to do $15.19 times 45. Because I need to multiply, if that's square feet, and I have 45 square feet, it's going to cost me $15.19 per square foot. So now I'm just going to multiply 5 times 9 is 45, so I put that and carry the 4. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 4 would be 9. 5 times 5 is 25, so I put the 5 and carry the 1. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 2 is 7, and the 5 is done. Now we're going to the digit in the tens place, so I go another row and I put a 0 because it's really, this has a place value of 40. So then 4 times 9 is 36. I put this and carry my plus 3. 4 times 1 is 4, plus 3 is 7. 4 times 5 is 20. Put the 0, carry the 2, and there's already 2. 4 times 1 is 4, plus 2 is 6, and that is it. And then I put that and I add them all up. 5 and 0 is 5. 9 plus 6 is 15. Carry my 1. 7 plus 5 is 12, plus 1 is 13. Carry the 1. 7 and 1 is 8, and 6 is 6. And now I go back and I have 1, 2 place values with decimals. So I have to move my decimal 1, 2 place values. So it's going to cost me 608. Alright, boys and girls, the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to show you a dice game called 21. And the best way to do this, if you have dice at home, you can get 2 dice, or you can, I just went online, I just opened a Google search here and went for online dice, and I search for online dice, and the first one is just dicerollerrandom.org. Click that and you can roll 2 virtual dice. So how you do this is you play and you just click roll the dice and it'll roll 2 dice. You can do this counting up to 21, or you can start at 21 and try to get to 0, and you just keep track of your score. So you do 6 plus 2 is 8, and then you roll again. Oh, and it's 1. So if you play with a friend, a neighbor, or a family member, anybody, if you roll a 1, it's the other person's turn. If you roll snake eyes, which is a 1 and a 1, you go back to 0. And you have to land exactly on 21. So if I was at 8 and I rolled a 1, I would be at 8, and it would be the next person's turn. You can play with a mom or dad, anybody that you want. And then the other person would go until they rolled a 1 or snake eyes and zeroed out. And the first person who lands exactly on 21 without going over wins the game. That means if you land on 20, you have to roll a snake eyes to go back to 0 to go again, because you're rolling 2 dice. You can't roll a 1, or even if you land on 19, the only way would be to roll 2 1s, and if you roll 2 1s, you go back to 0 anyways. So that's the challenge of the game, and you can do that counting up to 21, or you can do it starting at 21 and counting down. So maybe play at least 1 game counting up and 1 game counting down to 21. Okay? After that, your games for today are, you can go on and you can play checkers. You can click to play it with another person in your household if there's a person, or you can play it against the computer and play yourself. And some of you probably know, and one of my all-time favorite games is to play chess. And if you don't know how to play chess, it might be a good idea to research and learn how to play chess, because it's a great strategy game. Or you can just stick with checkers, your choice. If you know how to do both, maybe play a game of checkers and a game of chess, okay? All right, hope you had a wonderful day, boys and girls. Go out there and make it a great day. Can't wait to see you tomorrow.